What's up? Today's video, we got Jacoby's, I think he said it was a Mercury Zephyr. It's really cool because it's not a foxbody. So it's basically a foxbody chassis. Everything looks, it's all the same. Firewall, how the hood bolts up, the strut towers, everything under the car. You can buy all the foxbody Mustang parts, put it on one of these. It's kind of like a Fairmont LTD type deal. So it's all the same body. So we just got this car the other day, and it already had a turbo kit on it. It needed some help with the cold side. Cold side wouldn't fit over here. That was supplied with the car. So we took and it was all rubber couplered together. So we took the intercooler out, took the turbo off, or the housing off, welded an HD clamp to the turbo already. I got the intercooler out. I'm about to weld HD clamps on it. We're gonna do 3" from here to the intercooler. The intercooler is 3.5 in, but they make a reducer HD clamp, so you don't have to weld a transition on there. And then weld a 3" HD clamp on this side, and we're gonna loop back around, and the charge pipe that was on here got super insanely close to the other side of the radiator, to the point where you couldn't even put a fan on it, which this is a Civic radiator. A lot of people have good luck with these. So you can get one of these Civic radiators with an electric fan, fan shroud, and the radiator for like 100 bucks. So we've run these a lot. We just put one on TJ's truck, but we're trying to turn it away from the radiator a little bit and come around. And also the radiator, or the intercooler, was laid over like this, and it had the ins and outs real close against this bar. So we're going to weld some new tabs on the bottom of the radiator, or bottom of the intercooler. So we've stood it up. We gotta weld some new, we gotta cut these tabs off, weld them back on, and weld some new bungs, threaded bungs on the bottom of the intercooler. So, but this video is probably, I have a lot more work to do to this car, but to break it up a little bit, I'm gonna do, on this video, we're gonna do all the charge pipe, intercooler, all that type of stuff, get the turbo set up, wrapped up for them, and then I've been filming some stuff on the Grand National, so I need to put a video together for that. But this is gonna be a like 1-day type deal to hurry up and get a video out for this charge pipe setup, because normally aluminum, you can just zip through aluminum charge pipe setup, no problem.
Kinda shimmy with his go-kart nose job. Gotta have a corn cob sitting on side curb, boo-hoo, sob. This day, that day, every day the same day, every day the same day. Can't be, no way. He woke up one morning, and what did he see? He saw a blind man trying to spit on me. Try it, don't ever ask me why. Why, ask why do you ask me why?
So we cut the old tabs off so we can reuse them, and they were tied into the factory bungs on the intercooler. And I buy these little deals right here, 3/8, not metric, because USA. And so they had this tab welded on an angle tied into here because they had the intercooler flared out like that, trying to make this tab reach to here, but it had this jammed up against that, which was okay for rubber couplers, but we don't do that around here. So what I'm gonna do, take this intercooler back off and weld these bungs like that, come back over here, put it up, and I'll weld this tab to right there in a manner of having this straight up and down. And you just saw in the time lapse, we got these welded on. This is that adapter one I was talking about. So it's 3-inch HD stepped up to 3.5. And Vibrant sells those. They really don't sell them the other direction for some reason, which I think is a missing market, because Motion does sell them that way. This is a Motion one. I'm gonna cut this one back off because we're gonna use, I got a new flange for this one, because I'm gonna cut this one off. And I mean, it'll probably hold up, but I want to put my own weld on that one, so the whole charge pipe is mine. The hot side is, it come off of a foxbody, but he had the cold side built and it just didn't work out. So I'm gonna cut this flange off, reuse it. I'm gonna cut this flange off, weld a new one on. We'll put that flange against there and build a new charge pipe to here, but I'm gonna finish getting this mounted. Like I said, I've already got this one done. I had to cut this turbo mount off, and that's the reason why that piece of charge pipe that came with the car wouldn't fit, because it looped like this and went up. When I got the car, the wastegate was off of it, and it was because it's like they built the charge pipe without the wastegates on, and then they did a turbo mount, and they were like, oh crap, it's not gonna fit no more, and there's no room. So we're gonna come down 90 like this, right through here. We're gonna 90, but at an angle, and then 90 in this way. And then I'll just build a new mount for the turbo to hold the turbo up, so it didn't break the headers or anything like that. But about to get these two bungs welded on, then weld the tabs on, try to get this built.
Then became a flunky. I met this man, he had an honest face. He stole my work, used to ruin my base. I started to think, and then I realized you learn a lot from a man who has red eyes. Try it, try. Don't ever ask me why. Ask why. Why do you ask me why? Blind, so blind. He was blind in both eyes. Up, he found it hard to believe, and when he opened his eyes, it's even harder to conceive. A bubblegum story to a bubblegum day. I blew.
This side is all wrapped up. We've got it. This is why we had to cut this turbo mount off. I believe why that charge pipe wouldn't fit from the other place, because I assume they built that charge pipe and then had it off for some reason, built the turbo mount, realized they couldn't put it back on. So I cut the turbo mount off, built the charge pipe, because they had taken the wastegate off trying to make it fit. Gotta have that, and that's more important than the mount, because that can always come off right there to the frame or something. And we've got this side done up. Got this and this weld done. That one's just tacked on. And how I've got it, I've moved it, because it was running right here to where you couldn't get a fan on it. I've got it, it's about right here. I've cut this flange off of that piece of tubing. I still have to, I'm about to cut this off, weld a new one to here, weld this to here, and then I got to build a 90 out of my last piece I have, weld it in, and do a blow-off valve. So that's what we're going to work on now.
My bubble in a bubble gum. Try it, try. Don't ever ask me why. Why? Ask why. Why do you ask me why? Blind, so blind. He was blind in both eyes. Why? Ask why. Why do you ask me why? Don't ever ask me why.
I jumped ahead because I did a TikTok live video instead of filming some of this, but you just seen cut the old one off and weld a new one on for no reason except for making sure it was right and have a good weld. All this is done. Got the O-rings in both of those, and we've got this one over here. It's done. It's made up. So cut this off the old piece. It's all made up. About to weld the blow-off valve flange on after I have to re-notch the flange to fit this 3.5 because they come ready for like 2.5. But I'm gonna grind it down. It's about what you gotta do. I gotta trim that down, I'm gonna weld it on, and then bore the hole. And then this charge pipe, the whole charge pipe project on this car will be finished. So it's already fitted up, all one piece, all the way. So that'll be done. And then I'll probably wrap the video up with that before I take the rear end out and do everything back there. That's all I'm gonna do for this video. I can't make these things too long because the memory on my phone and the internet I have won't let me make and upload a video too much longer than this. So for Jacoby, for this video, we did new cold side, HD clamp on the turbo, both sides of the intercooler, and on the throttle body. Got the blow-off valve on just now. Everything's done, remounted the intercooler. All that's really left up here for me is I'm going to trim the bumper for the downpipe and remount the turbo off of the turbo flange, and then I'm going to be moving to the back. I got to pull the rear end out, I got to cut it down, shorten it. I'm probably going to take an inch off each side and then re-weld it back on, new anti-roll bar, and stand the shocks up. And I'm going to probably do that at the end of this week. Because I'm making a video right now on the Grand National, trying to get some stuff done on it. I'm gonna get that video out later this week. So that's it. I may make a video on this. I don't know yet. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Check our TikTok out also, Toolman Turbo. Trying to get that thing going too. That one's actually doing pretty good. But yeah, we'll see you next time.